Hey guys, so it's been a long week. Dennis just recently went back to America. It didn't really go as I thought it would go. I thought we were going to have a lot of fun, but there was also a lot of other stuff that happened where I guess it wasn't as fun as I had hoped it would be. I don't know, I guess I just had this imagination of what it would be like when he came, because we like the same thing, and I was just like, it's just gonna be like fun. But I guess I didn't really incorporate in like us having different personalities, so it didn't go as I would have hoped it would have. In some cases it went a lot worse than what I wanted it to go, but yeah, I guess that's life. Besides that, going to all the different lives was actually pretty cool, because I probably wouldn't have went to that many lives if he didn't come. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have went to a few. I probably wouldn't have went to Nocturnal Bloodlust for sure. Well, at least that one, because I like going to just one-man finals more than just like the regular one-man tour, because they play more songs at the finals generally. So that's what I would kind of save my money up for, since I can't go to so many lives, and plus I'm working and all that stuff, so I probably wouldn't have went to like something like that. But like the other three, which was Dimlim, DEZERT, Arlequin, four, Diada also. Yeah, those I probably would have went to, because they were all like finals, or just like a one-man that you just went to, and then obviously they just played like all the songs that they had. So like I would have went to those, but like probably just like the Nocturnal Bloodlust. So I mean, yeah, whatever. But I don't know. I wish it would have went better, honestly. I thought everything would go as according to like some kind of master plan that I had, because I've been thinking about this since like I think it was October when I asked him if he wanted to come. So like I was just waiting, and I was just telling everybody like, he's coming, we're gonna do this and this and this, it's gonna be fun, you know. And you know, like it had its ups and downs, and that kind of sucked, because I'm just like, this year was going good, and then it was like, you know, that Japanese guy that kind of made me feel bad, and then this was kind of like rocky, so I'm just like, and obviously then we're living with each other, so that's like that much worse, because then we're not talking as much, and then it's just like, oh my god, that's just not the best thing, you know. So I'm just like, like I really need to change this year, turn it back around. It was going so well at first, so I know, I'm hoping for the best. Anyway, besides that, recently went to go see DEZERT. They had like a two-part study, is what they called it. It was actually pretty funny, because there was like a one that came like probably around the time I usually get off work, but by the time I made it to the live, I didn't know if I was gonna make it on time, so I was debating whether to go or not, because I'm like, I don't want to go to the live late, because obviously then I'm gonna miss some. It's just like going to a movie. You don't want to go into the movie late. I mean, if anything, you just want to see like the next movie. I mean, me, like if I missed the previews, I'm like, hold up, we may want to wait for the next one. You know, I don't know why, but I love previews too. Because I mean, I do want to know what's coming out next, and sometimes it comes out later, and you just don't know, because if you watch a different movie, they could have different previews than this one, you know. I miss going to the movies. There's so much I do miss about America. But anyway, beside the point, you know, for me, like, if I miss a previews, I'm kind of thinking already like, maybe we should just see like the next movie, just in case, you know, maybe there's a good preview, and I'm like, I didn't even know that was coming out, you know. So like, even for like stuff like that, like I don't like missing even like the beginning. So even if I miss like the beginning, like instrumental or SE as they call it, like I probably would have been like what essay did they play? Like, do I know that one? You know, or whatever. Or maybe they said something in the beginning. How did they come out? like I've never seen them before, so there would have been so much that I missed just because I didn't get there on time and so forth. So I was really debating going to that first live, and then stuff happened with me and Dennis, so I really didn't even know if I was gonna make it in time, because that really prolonged me going or whatever. And then I was thinking like maybe I should just not go at all completely. But then in the end I was like, okay, let's just do this, and I went, and it was amazing. I saw them live for the first time. They had a two-part study, one that started at about 5:30, ended about an hour later, and then the next one started about what, 7:30, I think it was, something about that, you know, or the doors open at 7:30, started at 8, I think it was something like that. Forgot. But anyway, it was something like that. Like it started like an hour later, so it was a two-part study. So I'm thinking like, okay, they're gonna play different songs for the first and the second part, so let's do both. I mean, like, a concert generally costs about like 5,000 yen, 6,000, depending on who you see, you know, or like with the taxes and all that stuff, it could be like 7,000, because, you know, it's a processing fee, and then it's getting it at 7-Eleven, or if you order the tickets actually come, which probably looks a little bit different, you know, it's like a 1,000 more or 1,200 more. Like they charge even that much more because they're sending you the ticket. So there's like so much that you have to take into account. So, you know, I was like, okay, we're gonna do this. I went, saw them. It was amazing. I was rocking out with the girls pretty much. There was a few guys. There was one in front of me. I think there was a few other guys. I'm guessing DEZERT, maybe they don't have as many guys following them. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, that was only like one of the studies, and I went to both. But I don't think there was that many guys there compared to girls. But generally, VK has a more girl following than it does guys. And it seems like the ones that were a lot heavier, like Dimlim and Nocturnal Bloodlust, when I saw them, they had a lot more guys. So I mean, I guess guys like the heaviness more than softer rock, so, you know. But like, I was excited about it. The lineup or set list pretty much for what they were playing was a little softer than majority of their, because I feel like a majority of their songs is pretty, not all, but a majority are a little bit harder, and they have some screams here and there. But I felt like they pick and chose like all the kind of softer songs, or, you know, maybe the instrumental was kind of harder, but like he didn't do any like growls or screams or anything like that, you know. Not like I really need that anyway, but you know, I enjoyed that too, and I had such an amazing time. But like, it's me, like if I like the band and, you know, I'm going to see them, like pretty much it's because I like their music, so it doesn't really matter what they're gonna play. Pretty much I'm just like swaying away and just having like the time of my life, and then, you know, doing a little dances and stuff and so forth. Like I try to get to know them because it's always my first time, but I'm like, you know, I'll try to get it down, you know. And then Arlequin, I went to go see them at Tokyo Dome City Hall. That was the biggest live I've seen so far, I think, in Japan. Yes, it could hold about 3,000 people standing, right next to Tokyo Dome pretty much. So yeah, I was excited to go see them because I love Arlequin. I've been following them since they started, actually. You know, this is what, going on their 5th year anniversary anyway, so like it was like a 4th to 5th year anniversary live, and I went to go see them there, and I was excited, kind of sad because Aki said some things, and I'm just like, oh, I was like, don't worry about it, like it'll all come in time, because they're such an amazing band, you know. I do hope that they get more people or more following. Like, he had a lot, but he wants more, obviously. I mean, like, I guess it really wouldn't matter, because that's like an everybody thing. Like, you have this number, but like if you could get that much more, like it'd make you that much happier, you know. You feel like you're actually motivating people to listen to your music, to like your art, to, you know, anything like that, You know, so, you know, I do hope that they achieve their goals, the goals that they have set for themselves, you know, and given time, I think they can do it, you know. But I was singing along. Like, I listened to them so much that I know a lot of the lyrics to a lot of their songs. So I was like singing along with him, and people were like looking at me like, oh, you know. But like, I love Arlequin. Yeah, probably they're up there. Yeah, probably one of my favorite bands right now. So don't worry about it, Aki. You got it. You got it. You know. The only other surprising thing that really happened this week is that, like, I went into class and I was teaching my middle schoolers, and we were having fun. It was like, you know, like a lot of fun because like they, depending on what game you play or whatever with them, besides the test, because the English test is there and they're just like, you know, like, oh my god. Some, you know, they're like, okay, because they like English. And the other ones are like, oh my god, another test. Like, you know. But like, when that game comes, when they hear game, we about to play game. Like, then they get all happy, and I'm just like, like, that's all you waited for, like, the whole class, you know. The game is like 10, 15 minutes, 20 depending, you know. But like, they only get happy when they hear game. Anything else, they're pretty much like, you know, try to teach them stuff, they're like, then you say game, they're like, oh, okay. But the game is on what you learned, and then they're like, oh, God. Like, I'm like, come on. It's always the same. You learn something, the game is pretty much on it. If you don't, like, understand what I just said before, then you're not going to understand the game. And they're just like, oh, like, God. Like, it's never going to change. Like, it's always the same thing, I swear. Like, every day I go to class. Like, any school I go to, like, they're just like, you know, game, yay, and then the instructions come and they're just like, you know, I'm just like, come on, you have to practice the language in the game though. Like, we're not just gonna play a random game like duck goose, like you're not gonna learn no English from that, really. But anyway, we had fun. This is my second year middle schoolers, so we have fun depending on who they are. My third year middle schoolers, they're the most excited to always see me. They're too much, actually. But the second year, they're okay. Then my first year, they're the least amount amazed to see me. Well, they just don't try in English. The second years they try a lot more, and then the third years, I think actually the second years tried the most, but they're not as energetic as my third years. My third years are just like so energetic, and they're just more outgoing with stuff sometimes. Oh, that's so iffy. It depends on stuff. Where am I going with this? Anyway, let's get back to the main point of this. So the main point is like, one of my girls, Des, I was just like, oh, I like that because it was like blue and silver. And I'm like, oh, I really like that pencil case. And then like I saw like that rabbit, and then I saw Playboy, and I'm like, Playboy rabbit. I was like, why does she have a pencil case with Playboy on it? You know, like, I'm like, I don't think that should be allowed in school, right? Just gonna promote porn at school or something. I was like, oh wow, that's different, because we can't, there's just so much we can't have at school in America. Like, I'm sure Playboy is one, right? Like, you can't have any like memorabilia with like Playboy on it in the rabbit, but she had it there, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, and she was just like smiling and stuff, and I'm like, where did you buy that from? And she was like, and then like she thought something was okay. She could see it on my face because I looked kind of shocked, like, what? And she was like, so she really didn't want to answer, but I'm like, but where did you buy that? She was just like, I'm like, at a regular store? And she was just like, yeah, I bought it at a regular store. You know, I was like, do you know what it is? And she was like, yeah, I think it's like a sports brand or something. And I was like, sports brand? And I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, huh, nani, like, what is it? I'm like, oh, no. I'm like, oh, it's fine. Like, I couldn't bring, like, I didn't really want to tell, like, I don't think I can tell her, like, oh, you're like, that's like porn right there, like on your desk, you know, like, you know, I can really tell her that. I don't think I shouldn't be telling her that, but it's just so funny, the things that you just see in Japan or whatever, that people have no idea why they're doing it, why they are doing it. And a lot of stuff that's on, you know, like the weird English you'll see on shirts sometimes, and you're just like, you know, there's so many different things, you know, the middle finger, like people do that as a good thing here, or maybe they do mean it. Like, it's just so ambiguous what you're trying to say with the middle finger here, you know, because I'm just like, I guess, like, you know, like, to each your own. The band likes doing it to its fans or whatever. I'm just like, but it just seems so wrong. I'm like, like telling them to fuck off. So I'm like, but in a good way. Like, it's just so confusing. I'm like, what are we saying with these things? But it's just so funny that I want to say that you don't see too many shirts or anything with like Japanese, you know, or like katakana, you know, or maybe like hiragana, or even like kanji, but like English on different shirts and, you know, sweaters and stuff. It's just so common. Like, people rock like New York or California, and I'm like, oh, do you know that place? They're like, no. I'm like, like, oh god, like, why are you wearing it then? Oh no, you know. Or you see, like, I had this girl, like, today it said like North Carolina, and I'm just like, she's probably never even been there before. But I don't know, that little stuff, it's just, some stuff is funny, and then some stuff, it makes me think like, like, I wonder if they know why they're doing it. I wonder if they know it's bad, not really good, because, you know, so many people do, especially the middle finger. Like, I feel like everybody does it, especially bands, and I'm just like, you know, maybe it's because I've never really went to like a hard rock band in America. Maybe they do that. Do they do that? If anybody knows, please let me know in the comments below, because I don't really know, but I don't think that's something you would do, right? You wouldn't flip people off and be like, yeah, maybe you would? I don't know. Yeah, let me know if you know. Anyway, that's pretty much it for my week. How was your week? I hope it was a little better than mine, or actually a lot better than mine. Please say it was better than mine. See you guys next time. Bye. Oh wow, you're still here. Oh wait, don't forget to check the description box below. I put a lot of different things in there, like my lovely friends, my social medias, just in case you want to catch up with me on Twitter or Instagram and so forth like that. So make sure to please check that out, okay? See you guys next time. Bye.